So I'm using a deck. I haven't used all that much. It's beautifully illustrated, but we rely only on intuition to use this deck. The other decks I know very well, so I can use intuition and the card meanings, but this one we're going with intuition. Okay, so this will give you the theme of your month, Virgo, and then we'll get another oracle deck to tell the story for your month, and of course we'll finish up with relationship reading. So what's the central theme for you guys? Dragon Fae of Rebirth, whole again, the card says. This is integration of the parts of you that have gone astray. When life gets challenging, as it has been for all of us lately, there are always little bits of us that get left behind because they don't get enough attention, and other parts are getting too much attention. So this is the integration of the whole again. In other words, that actually normally happens for two reasons. For some of you, it's going to be because things get to a crunch and you decide, that's it, I need to move my life forward, I need to make changes, so you integrate everything and you go forward. For others of you, something happens that ultimately shifts things, and I feel it's happy. I feel it's a good something. I feel it's something you've been looking forward to. And then because you are on that much higher plane of happiness, things start integrating. All the parts of yourself come together. Okay? Let's see if there's another card here. Oh. Wow. What says Wu Wang? Wild Pure Heart. Now, isn't that nice? If we put these two cards together, I would say that something occurs that's kind of a crunch and sets you off in a different direction. But all parts of you go with it. It's not like parts of you feel, oh, I wish this hadn't happened, or I'm missing this, or I wish it was that. The whole of you goes, yes, this is the way forward. And that's where this card comes into play, that wild, pure heart. That part of you that is almost, I want to say, childlike, enthusiastic, spontaneous, grabs things by the horns, steps in and takes over. And right now, I think most of us would say, yes, I would like to embrace that part of me and have something that I feel that enthusiastic about, okay? I'm going to pull one more card for you out of this deck, and then we'll tell the story for the month. Be joyful. This is very, very nice, and it really is reinforcing the story I just told you. So let's look at the three cards, okay? So something comes along which integrates your life. So you might be doing okay in one area of your life, well in another, and not so well in another. All those parts are going to come together, courtesy of something occurring in your life. It brings in you the joy for life again. You want to grab life by both horns. You want to pile in, and it makes you very joyful. And it is going to make you joyful. Virgo, that's very, very nice, okay? That's a lovely, lovely theme for your month. So let's see what the story is and how it unfolds, okay? So let's see. Virgo, August 2021. And here comes the first card, commitment. So you're going to commit to something or somebody, okay? August is all about a project or a person or a job, something that you feel, right, this is it. I'm ready to step in here with my whole being and partake in it, okay? Some of you could be getting engaged. Right, let's see what's next. All married, that too. And intention. So you set an intention for your future. You have clarity about what you want. And because of that, it can manifest. You've maybe been vacillating. Your thoughts might have been cloudy up to this point. In August, you decide, this is what I want. And you set that intention. So it has a really good chance of manifesting because there's clarity of purpose, okay, and of intention. Peaks of joy. We've already seen that you're going to have joy, and here comes another card saying you're going to have joy. So August has moments that make you leap with happiness. That's very nice. Okay. Let's see what else is coming up for you guys. Coming to life. Isn't this the most amazing reading, Virgo? So something now finally really manifests for you. We've already seen the indications of that going to happen. Something that maybe was dragging its feet, that wasn't really taking shape, finally bursts forth into life for you. That's very cool. Right, let's see what else comes up for you guys. You're having a very different reading. Okay, now this is the one everybody's been getting. So there is still a little bit of debris in your life that needs clearing. But if I look at this selection of cards that came up, especially these last three, okay? We look at these three cards together. I would say to you that a big change is coming. It's going to make you very happy. It's going to make you jump with joy. It's bringing something to life. But it is going to disrupt your life a little bit, okay? But this card always reminds us that the disruption that happens is due to the fact that there's some things in your life that still need to shift out. You're probably a little bit attached to them still, and they're not going to serve you on this great new path of yours. So they will need to shift out. And the Stormfield card will usually say to us, it will shift out, not always in the most comfortable way, okay? Right, let's see what comes up after that. Spark. But this follows straight after it. So the clearing of those last things out of your life that shouldn't be there anymore, that have served their purpose, they're done, they need to move on. There might be a bit of a challenge, a bit of, I hear conflict, a little bit of conflict, will then spark in you the inspiration to do something. It really gives you that final spark of inspiration, okay? Okay, there's two cards here. There's Clean House and Golden Palace. Isn't that good? So, what it does is, it makes you clean up and clear out that which does not belong anymore. It can be people, it can be situations you're involved in, it can literally be that your house is too cluttered and it needs to be cleaned out and you get rid of all the stuff you don't need anymore. But your final card is the Golden Palace. There's some kind of material reward or abundance due for you by the end of August. The story unfolds and culminates in this. Okay, the Golden Palace is always is about discovering or finding or being given, or it can be an opportunity that pays really well. It can be something that pays out really well. It can be even a windfall. Okay, this card covers all those areas. So, but it all happens as an unfoldment. Okay, these pieces of the story to you may not seem to hang together, but they do. They're all the steps in culminating in that final card. Okay, that is a very, very nice reading, Virgo. Right, let's do relationships. Let's see what they've got for you in August. Okay, first card coming up, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in relationships. I kind of had a feeling that would be the energy. Either within an existing relationship or there's a new relationship coming in. It's marked on the calendar of your life as an important moment in your life, a pivotal relationship moment in your life. Okay. And here comes the next card, separation. It's interesting because this came up yesterday as well. So, you're going to twin flame, Virgo. Okay. You might have been separated from somebody. The separation was divine timing as well. There was something important at play here. If you had to spend time apart from your partner, if you separated from somebody, it had an important pivotal part to play. Separation with a Capricorn. Okay, well, let's see where this is going. Right. Okay. So that was divine timing. There was something very important that had to play out because of that. All right, so codependency. So what I would say if this card comes up is either of you within the relationship had an inclination to try and fill a gap with the relationship. There was something you felt was lacking in your life, so the relationship was used for that. It doesn't mean the relationship is bad. It means that unfortunately that made a crutch in the relationship, and you or the other person will now in August get to recognize that that is what was taking place, okay? And obviously that influences how the relationship plays out. So you two can be really resonating well. You can have a really good solid connection. But one or the other has had an experience at some stage in their lifetime, maybe more than one lifetime. We tend to play these stories out over a longer space of time. And you feel rejected, and you feel as if you don't belong, and you try and find a partner or find it within your partner to fill that gap. Now in August you get to see, either you get to see that's what the partner was doing or that's what you were doing. The important part of that is when we recognize it, then we can do something about it, okay? We can either shift the behavior or recognize that's what the failure was, okay? Or that's what caused the separation. But there's lots of chemistry. So with this person whom this whole reading is about, there is definitely a second person, you and a second person. There's definitely chemistry between the two of you. So that's not what was lacking. The two of you connected, and you connected really well. Right, and then next up, Virgo and Capricorn, two earth signs. You will choose your paths, and if they're not the same, there can be trouble. I'm a Virgo moon, so I know all about choosing my paths and not moving off it. But check what you've got here. Reconciliation. Okay, so there's a good chance if you're separated with somebody that either one of you gets to see what you did that jeopardized the relationship, and there is a chance for reconciliation, okay? Because you discover and you learn what it was that separated you, okay? It's, well, the most relationships, that is what it is about, but we don't always get to see what that is about. In August you get to see that, and if you've watched this reading now, there's a very good chance that you take a look at what happened between the two of you, and you recognize either one of you or both of you were trying to fill something in your lives with a relationship. Then one tends to try to control it and push it and manipulate it to fit that hole that you're trying to fill. But once one realizes that's what you were doing, you can pull back on that, or they will pull back on it. If you recognize they were doing that, then you recognize the behavior as what it is, and you don't react to it in a certain way that was detrimental to the relationship. Okay, that sounded like a whole relationship counseling thing going down there. Okay, that was all coming through for you. I wouldn't even know to say all that stuff. There's definitely chemistry, and there's a good chance of reconciliation. Right, Virgo, I hope you enjoyed that. And one special Virgo chatting to me, thank you. I hope you enjoyed that reading, and I hope it answered questions for you. You've got a good month coming up. Make the most of it. Big change, big positive change that will send you into your future. Thank you for watching, listening, liking, subscribing. If you'd like a personal reading from me, and I do an amazing soulmate or twin flame reading, you can contact me via my website. That link is in the description box below in a moment. Wishing you much love, hugs and blessings for the month of August.